right, welcome. I'm Jody, this is Oliver and Maggie, and we're going to be doing an introduction to yoga that's aimed at elementary aged children. So find yourself a nice kind of quiet space, whether that's inside or outside. You could have a yoga mat or you don't need one. You can use a towel or nothing at all, that's okay too. I'm going to walk you through about 10 new poses, and we're going to learn a little bit about what yoga is. So I'm going to let Oliver and Maggie demonstrate. We're going to play a guessing game to start with. And I'm going to show, a lot of yoga poses are named by things in nature. And we're going to start by learning 4 poses: owl, turtle, butterfly, and flower. And Oliver and Maggie are going to demonstrate one of these, okay? I'm not going to tell you which one it is. I'm going to have you guess by looking at their body and seeing what it kind of resembles. They are in easy seated position. So I would like you to sit down on the floor, get yourself into easy seated position, and legs crossed. In school they call it crisscross applesauce, right? But I would like you to draw yourself up a little bit taller. There you go, perfect. Kind of relax your hands on your knees. Awesome, ready. So remember our choices. Which one of these are the demonstrations? All right, they're gonna get into this pose. Look at this. What does this look like? We're gonna just hold this pose because in yoga, it's all about putting your body in a position and keeping it there while you just breathe through your nose, nice and easy. Move on. If you are guessing flower, look at their bodies again, and I want you to try to put your body in this position as well. Now, why would we call this pose flower pose?
Because your arms and legs act like petals.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, next one. They are going into a different pose. I want you to try to go into this pose as well. And then think about which one, what it might be called. Let's look at that. Okay. Choices. What's it look like? All right. Oh, you could go to the other side as well. And if you've guessed owl. Oliver, why would they call this pose owl?
Because owls can move their necks all the way behind them to see.
Yes. All right, next one. You guys are doing well. Next, yoga pose. They're demonstrating. You might have seen this one before, and it can involve some movement. So, which one? I bet you've already guessed this one. It is butterfly. And Maggie, why butterfly? Why would we call it that?
Because your legs are acting like wings flapping.
Right. Okay, so next one. I want you at home to also be trying these positions and trying to move your bodies into these poses. This sounds interesting. What could it be? Well, there's one left if you've been paying attention. It is turtle. But why would we call this one turtle? What do you think, Oliver?
Because turtles have arched backs and their shells.
And what sticks out of their shells?
Their arms and legs.
Yeah, so you can see those arms, legs, and head poking out from the shell. So we are going to play a game in a little while where I'm going to see if you can remember these poses and put your bodies into these poses. But for now, we're going to move on to explaining a little more about what is yoga. I'm going to have you all go stand up. We're going to stand up for this next set of poses. And yoga is about developing a mind and body connection. So this is a practice where we pay attention to our bodies and our body positions, and we're very mindful. We don't get distracted. We're not crazy. We're very purposeful. So this pose is called mountain pose. So things in nature, we find that yoga poses are named after. So mountain. We're standing very tall. Our heads are up to the sky, just like a mountaintop. And this helps us to just take a pause, start breathing through our noses and actively thinking about your breath, and helps clear your mind so that you're ready to practice other poses. So you make sure your feet are both flat on the floor. Yes, and you're very tall with your chest open and your head held up high. Awesome. So yoga is a practice. It's ancient. They've been doing it for thousands of years. Breathing is a big focus of yoga. So we're going to practice volcano. What? Volcano. Yes, this is going to be a breathing exercise. As we stand here, we're going to put our hands together in front. And as we breathe through our nose, so we're going to keep our lips closed, we're going to inhale really slowly and take our hands up to the ceiling. And then the volcano explodes as you exhale the air out your nose and controlling the arms on the way down, just like the lava comes slowly down the mountain. And we start again, inhaling slowly through the nose. And as we get to the top, our lungs are full, and we exhale. Volcano lava exploding out and down the mountain. Continue. I want you to follow your own breath. Inhaling all the way up to the sky. Exhale. A lot of control. So this is a good breathing exercise that you might continue for a couple minutes. We're going to move on though. So what is yoga? Yoga helps us develop a mind and body connection. It helps us take control of our breathing. And it helps us, as we practice poses, it helps us with balance. So we're going to move into a balance pose called tree pose. And we're going to do it really slowly. We're going to shift all of our weight onto our right legs. So, tree pose. Okay, so our right leg is going to be our tree trunk. And we're going to imagine that that tree trunk is rooted into the ground. So it's not going to move. It's really strong. This is a strong balance pose. So you see how they're kind of shifted, so all their weight is on their right leg. And then they're going to take their left knee out to the side a little bit. And then they're going to take their hands open to the side, kind of like mountain. And right now they're balanced on one leg, and that's great. And they're going to stay in control as they maybe make this pose a little bit more difficult by moving the heel in to touch the side of the right leg, side of their tree trunk. And then, if possible, they're going to take that foot up the side of their leg, keeping that knee out to the side. See, this becomes a lot more challenging. And we see these branches growing out to the side. Those are our arms, right? The branches of the tree. And yes, our tree can sway slightly in that warm breeze, but it's always stable. The trunk is not moving. Maybe our tree branches grow even higher up to the sky if you want to. I want you to focus on breathing through your nose. Don't hold your breath. maybe you reset here or there and decide where you want your branches to grow. And finally let your branches down, and we're going to switch sides and very slowly transfer your body weight to the left leg. So in yoga, when we do a pose on one side, we want to make it even and balanced and try it on the other side. So we're going to have all our body weight. Our tree trunk now is the left leg. And we start the same way. We turn our hands out. We stay really tall. We yawn a little. And then we start breathing through our noses. And if we want to make this a little more difficult, I don't want you to go really quickly into this. I want you to very slowly, with control. If you want to draw that right foot up the side of your leg. It's yawn time. Grow your branches out. Find something to focus on, whether it's this screen or maybe you look out at the wall in front of you for a little bit so you can really focus. Breathe through your nose. Find your tree pose. Again, I feel like it's okay to have a little bit of sway. Oliver's swaying in the wind. And he's smiling, and that's all that matters. This should be fun, enjoyable. As we continue breathing, it's okay to reset and just start again if you need to. It's fine. All right, we've learned tree. Ooh, balance can be exhausting. We're going to add a little bit of movement. So what is yoga? Yoga is about controlled movement. Not out of control craziness. It's controlled movement. So sunflower is going to help demonstrate that for us. So sunflower, we're going to set our feet really wide. We're going to turn our toes and knees out a bit. Good. So sunflower, they hang their heads at night. They totally flop forward at night. And cross the hands in front. And then we're going to sweep upward as the sun comes up. We're going to reach up in the sun. Your head is like the flower looking up to the sun. And very slowly you're going to bend your knees as you come down. Cross the hands gently and fluidly move upward. Like we're constantly going from day to night. Bend your knees. Trying not to round forward, but keeping the back straight and strong. As we continue to have this controlled movement, up and down, bend your knees as you come down, hinge forward, reaching up as the sun comes up. So sunflower is a great example of a controlled movement. All right, it's time for a game. So I'm going to see if you know some of these poses. And I am going to turn on some music, and while that music is going, you are allowed to dance or jump or whatever you feel like and get your energy out. And then when I stop the music, I'm going to call out a pose, and I'm going to see if you can do that pose, if you remember what it is. And Oliver and Maggie will help you along the way. We'll see if they know. Oh no. So, here we go. Music on. We're dancing. Go ahead, guys. Whatever you want to do. In your living room, outside, whatever you have room. Just move. I want you to get your wiggles out. We've been sitting and listening so well for so long. I want you to just move. All right. Butterfly. I want you to get into butterfly pose. I'm not showing you them yet. I'm giving you a chance to put your body in butterfly. Let's check and see if you've done it. Do you look like you know? Yes! Very good. Music back on, which means we're moving however you want to. Remember, don't look at the screen. Don't worry about what they're doing. You don't have to follow them. At this point, you're doing whatever you want to do. All right. I want you to go into mountain pose. mountain. We're developing a mind and body connection. We're thinking about our bodies right now. I'm not showing them yet. Are you standing in mountain like they are? You're just standing upright with good posture. Yes, we are. Good. Perfect. Back to moving. Whoa. I like it. All right, we're moving into turtle. Let's see if you remember what pose this is, what it looks like. Think about a turtle. Let's see if you're in. Yes. All right, we're doing well. Move around. Keep going. Okay, owl. Put your body in this position like an owl. Think about its head. Yep, an owl can turn its head around so it's looking back, just holding the pose here, and then stand up and move. Let's move. You could be jumping, you could be jumping jacks or squats or high knees, or running around, whatever you want to do. And then we are putting our bodies in tree pose. There's a hint on this one. It's a balance pose, so I'll give you a second. And get into that tree pose. Great. It's hard after jumping around to be still and balanced, but we did our best. Okay, moving around again. We have a couple more to see. Checking your memory. All right, flower. Are you looking like this? Great, stand up. All right. Volcano. It's a breathing exercise. There's a hint there for you. Volcano. Controlled breathing through your nose. Keep going. Keep demonstrating that volcano. And go ahead, move around. Couple more to go. We're almost done with this. I hope you're having fun. And at this point, getting your wiggles out. All right, sunflower. This is demonstrating controlled movement with your body. Let's see if you look anything like these guys. So remember, a sunflower opens with the sun, and at night it folds over when it's dark out. Awesome. One more to go. You guys like handstands, but you guys do whatever you want at home. Last one. Show us owl.
Wait, we already did that.
Yeah, we did.
We already did that.
My fault. Maggie, go back. Show me turtle.
No, we didn't.
Turtle.
No, we didn't.
Okay, show me turtle. This will be our last. You're right. I got mixed up on that one. Good thing someone's paying attention here. Turtle. Remember, you have a turtle shell. Your head and legs are poking out. Your turtle shell looks something like this. Awesome. All right, I want you to stay on the floor and move into that. Stay on the floor. Stand on the floor. Let's move into a relaxed pose called child's pose. Now, when children sleep in their cribs like babies, they tend to like this position because it's fairly relaxed. So you could have your arms reaching forward, or Oliver, can you demonstrate putting your arms down by your feet? And yes. So Maggie, I want your arms relaxed, whether they're out in front of you or beside you. This is a relaxing pose where you can just kind of get into your own world and take some deep breaths. And as we finish up this first yoga session, I want you to move onto your back now and knees to chest. You're giving yourself a hug. Exactly. Give yourself a hug. You can rock side to side, or you can just kind of stay still right on your back. And now I want you to move to our final pose so that we can do our final relaxation. So we are laying flat on our backs with our arms down by our sides. There we go. We're closing our eyes. Straightening out your body if it's twisted in any way. You're just being mindful and just trying to get in that really comfortable position. And at the end of a yoga class, you might even just sit here for a few minutes and breathe with your eyes closed. Kind of shut out the world and just feel what your body feels like right now. Awesome. Can you move into easy seated position again? Easy pose to end our class. And I want you to look at the screen for a moment. And one last thing, if you want a project right now, see if you can make some pictures of these yoga poses that we practiced today. Maybe put them all into one picture together, all these things from nature. And then maybe as you take breaks from these poses, maybe you actually put your body into that pose and kind of give yourself a quiz and see if you know how to do each one of these new poses that we learned today. And I thank you for joining us. And Maggie and Oliver give a little wave goodbye, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.